Hi, I'm Clint Mackey. I'm a real estate broker in the state of Michigan, and today what I'm here to talk about is some of the problems we're finding in the foreclosure short sale market. And specifically today, what I want to talk about is loan modifications. Now, I'm feeling a little bit cynical about this because I have met one person, that has successfully modified their loan in the state of Michigan. I know there's many more. I know there are. But all this money that we threw at these mortgage companies so that they could do loan modifications has been a great big waste, in my opinion, and they haven't really helped that many people. Here's what happens is I checked the statistics. The latest statistic I can find says that 16.6% of the people that applied for loan modifications were actually granted loan modifications. Now, the reason this is sticking with me is that I just listed a house here in my town for sale that the man had been trying to do a loan modification for over 6 months. He was 9 months behind on his payments, and they finally said, "We can't help you." He started this process 3 different times because the paperwork kept running out before he could get approval. He would submit his paperwork, it would take 2 months, then they'd say, "Oh well, it's 2 months old, we got to start over again." He had to start this process 3 different times, and finally he just said, "Screw it, I'm done." 16.6% is a pretty low number when you start looking at it. And I'm not saying that you can't get your loan modified if you really want to, and I'll cover whether you should want to or not probably in a different video because I've only got about 4 minutes left here. But what they're not telling us is that 75% of the people that do get loan modifications, this is a Fannie Mae number, this is put out by our government, 75% of these people that do get loan modifications end up in foreclosure anyway because they can't afford the house that they're in. I mean, why would you have to modify your loan if you could truly afford the house that you're in? And a lot of these people that are doing loan modifications want to keep their house for one reason or another. Now let's talk about whether or not you should want to keep your house. Most people that do loan modifications are behind on their payments, usually 3 to 6, 9 payments. I've seen some as far as 12 payments behind. And what they do is they tack that money onto the back end of the loan, which means you pay interest on interest for 15 to 30 years on that loan. And that'll cost you 3 times what you originally started with. So if you owed them 12 payments at $1,000 a piece, that's $12,000. In the long run, you will pay back $36,000 for that money. They don't just forget about the payments you're behind. They tack that interest onto the end of your loan. So you're $36,000 further upside down in debt on your house already, in addition to the idea that our market dropped 30 to 50% overnight, just about overnight. It just dropped. So if you bought a house in the last 8 or 10 years, it's worth approximately what you paid for it minus 30 to 50%, and if you're behind on payments, you're that much further behind already. So a lot of people that should sell their house don't do it out of pride, or maybe they just don't know that they can. They don't know that they can sell their house for less than it's owed. They don't know that there's a way out. It's called a short sale, and I cover that in some of my other videos. I cover the process and the whys and why the mortgage companies want you to do a short sale, and they want you to work with a realtor. So don't look at loan modification. This is my message here. Don't look at loan modification like it's your only salvation and like it's the solution to what your problem really is. Most of the time, my clients, I find, they don't realize how far upside down they are in their house. Maybe, when I say 50%, they don't really comprehend. They paid $200,000 for their house. They owe almost $200,000 on it because they bought it FHA or whatever, and it's worth about $110,000 or $100,000, and they don't know how they can get out of this. And I'm here to tell you that you can. You can, and it's time. It might be, as a matter of fact, your only opportunity to get out from under that debt, because these mortgage companies are eager to do short sales right now. They want to do short sales. They do not want to foreclose on your house. They know that it's going to cost them a lot of time and money to get you out of your house if they do foreclose. They want to do a short sale, and they want to make sure that the process goes smoothly and as smooth as it can go anyway for a short sale. It's a very difficult process, but it's worth it for everybody involved because you get out from under that enormous debt that you have on the house, and you get to reset your equity and put that money into something else. So I just want you to be aware of these things when it comes to a loan modification, that it might not work. And for God's sake, don't give people money to do a loan modification for you. Just don't do it. Don't give anybody the money. That's covered in my first video that I talk about the do's and don'ts of short sale and what to do when you're upside down in your house. Don't give money to people. Don't sign anything unless you talk to an attorney, a good real estate attorney. Talk to a realtor. Call me. We'll talk. I do a lot of free consultations. I talk to people every single day about real estate. My name is Clint. Last name is Mackey. If you're reading this as an article, my contact information will be somewhere embedded in the article. If you're watching a video, use the capture box, one side or the other, maybe below. I don't know. This ends up broadcast across the internet. But I want you. I'm just here to help you out. So call me if you need me. You can reach me at 616-837-7630. I'm going to give it to you again. Area code 616-837-7630. I'm licensed in the state of Michigan. I've got 25 years of consistent real estate practice. I'm a broker. I've owned franchises. I've employed salespeople. I'm an expert in the short sale process, foreclosures, real estate, marketing, and I can definitely help you. I want you to feel free to stop in at my website that I set up, a special one-page website called foreclosurehelpmichigan.com. That's foreclosurehelpmichigan.com, and you can contact me through that website as well. My name is Clint Mackey. I'm here to help you anytime I can. Just give me a call. We'll talk. Thanks for stopping by.